So, this is my RPG Maker game. It is tentatively called Almwood. You wouldn't know that from the title screen. It just says RPG Maker VX because it's all default assets, and I couldn't even be bothered to replace that. We're just going to jump straight into new game here. And if there's any recommendations for a character name, I am all ears. All right, we're going with Tim. This is the story of Tim. Also, if you're expecting any resolution to any of the stuff in this game, don't. I only made it an hour in. My name is Tim. This morning I left the city I've called home my entire life. I bought a house in some town I never heard of called Almwood. Property value out here seemed cheap, but I don't come from money. This was still the only thing in my budget, and it took darn near everything I had. But it had to happen. I couldn't stay in that city any longer. Not after everything that happened. Without getting too deep into it, I was crushed, and sympathy was in short supply for me. And to be honest, I don't blame anybody. I didn't deserve sympathy. Or at least, I really didn't earn it. But that's all gonna change from now on. I'm leaving that place, and I'm going to start over here in Almwood. Somewhere new, somewhere with fresh air. Here's our first shot of where you land in Almwood off the train tracks. So this is it, the first stop on the journey of my new life. The train station is just a little outside the town, it seems, but it shouldn't take long to find my new abode. And right from there, we get control of our player character. I did try to make this place, like, fairly interactive, too. So, like, it's a barrel. This is also a barrel. This guy...
Brush off the train. Almwood is to the west. Take your time, the road's a bit rough. And stay hydrated. My cousin once...
Sounds good, thanks. Yeah, see, the character is a little bit of an asshole. So, I'll apologize now for asking you to do that guy's voice, because he does actually have quite a bit more dialogue.
Oh, then I'm not doing that. I'm not making it that deep then.
You don't have to do that gruff voice. That was more... I figured you'd just read it straight, but hang on. The chest is empty, save for the sense of disappointment you find within it. And within yourself, for even looking.
Hey, what are you doing there? That doesn't belong to you. Step back immediately or I'll be forced to alert the authorities.
Authorities?
The authorities! Not that they'll come way out here. That's like a whole mile. The town is a dump. Will dump your police force. But I'll still call, so you should maybe reconsider.
Chill out, dude. The chest was empty anyway.
Doesn't matter what was or was not in there. It's very unbecoming of a young adult like yourself to go through other people's belongings.
Yes, step foot in Almwood, you get life lessons immediately.
Leave it be, and perhaps I'll do the same for you.
Alright, so, first dialogue choice, I guess. Fair enough, deal, or try and stop me, Grandpa? Anybody want to weigh in?
Dude, your character's an asshole. Call him Grandpa.
I will warn you, this actually, in my grand scheme of my game's vision, this ruins the entire game for you.
Well, I didn't want to do this to you, but someday, when you least expect it, you'll find me again. And with that, you'll find the reflection of all your faults staring back at you. You will never be the same.
Wentz, yep, Wentz next we meet. Cool story, Gramps, later.
Yeah, you little douchebag.
Also, this game has context jumps, as in if there's something you can jump over, but you can't just jump at random. It has to be over something. This is a very special stone here. Rock boulder, whatever you want to call it. The boulder speaks. If anybody wants to provide a voice.
Is this a JoJo reference?
No, it's not. Everything this boulder says was taken from somebody that I work with.
Okay. You want a stupid voice?
No, you can put on any sort of voice you want. The guy that this boulder quotes is like kind of an old-ish bumbling dude that just tells random fucking stories.
I think I got something.
The boulder speaks.
I once got gallstones from eating too much chicken parmigiana.
There's a few stories we're gonna go through. The boulder speaks.
I get apples at the U-pick. That's the fiber in apples. They'll keep you regular.
The boulder speaks. I don't know how many stories there are.
My family drinks a lot of milk. My kids don't like pop. We go through about 10 gallons a week. Who the heck drinks 10 gallons of milk in a week?
I forgot he said that. He actually said that. The boulder speaks.
I won $5,000 in an online survey. I could use it to buy gas with and chicken.
That might be the last one. Hang on. The boulder speaks. Sure. And then he just says, sure. That's on loop for now. but I want to check something right now. So we have a mysterious mark in our inventory. That was given to us by the NPC who we called Grandpa. Secretly, you're not supposed to know it's there. It's just in your inventory. And you might get to see the effects of this at some point. We'll see. I don't know how far I made it into developing that. The sign reads, West, Almwood, East, Grey Line Station, North, Almwood Haven Campgrounds. Though that last one was lazily scratched out with what appears to be children's road chalk. Maybe the campground is closed for the season. Then again, maybe it's not. And now we can't progress. The rock is blocking my path. So we go up here where we get our first super serious real story segment that's only a little bit cringe. Yes, S, the choices do really matter. Or at least they would have if I finished this. Oh, spooky atmosphere. The forest around you grows dark. Light from the moon hardly penetrates the canopy. You struggle to even see your hands, but then... just in the distance, you see a small boy who's hardly noticeable up there. Slivers of moonlight streak his face, but not enough to tell who he is. He looks startled and begins to raise a hand. He opens his mouth to speak. His words are cut off suddenly, and his body is violently jerked back into the trees. Stunned, you wait there a brief moment, then step cautiously to where the boy was standing. Was that some sort of joke? An initiation ceremony for the newcomer in town or something? He looked like he needed help. Pausing again, you listen intently to the woods around you. Straining to hear past the wind and the rain, you slowly start to make something out in the distance. The sounds of a small crowd of people in conversation, laughing and carrying on. The topic of the conversation seems to be the rain putting out the campfire, though it's hard to be too sure. Campers. Probably thought they'd get one over on me. Well, two can play at that game. But they'll have to wait. I'm already late as it is. Now in the woods here, you found a rusted pickaxe. It won't be good for much, but it's not good for nothing. As you can probably imagine, that's the key to get past this rock. But if anybody can think of, I don't know, any other rock in the game that might exist, we're gonna go back a little bit.
Please don't. Come on, man.
Armed with your rusty pickaxe, a certain nagging curiosity begins to take form in your mind. Destroy the rock, or have mercy?
Have mercy.
Have mercy? I know somebody already said the character's an asshole, so call the other guy Grandpa. Is there any votes for the asshole?
Oh no, we're gonna fuck that rock.
And S in the chat. Feels bad, but we're gonna kill him. Destroy the rock.
Yeah, had a good life.
The boulder realizes too late what's about to happen. Just as a scream begins to escape his rigid exterior, your pickaxe crashes into him. The job is done. You dig through the remnants. You've acquired one partially digested chicken parmigiana. It's probably a good idea not to eat it, but hey, I'm not stopping you. Remember, he did get gallstones from eating too much chicken parmigiana.
Is that what he was? Was he one giant gallstone?
No, he was a rock. He has a whole backstory. Don't eat too much, they'll give you gallstones. Yeah, mysterious mark, effect unknown. So you can eat this chicken parmigiana?
I mean, it's half done already.
It just kills you. Yeah, it just kills you.
That's adventure game logic right there.
Yeah, it's alright, I did save right before that. When I was making this, I just had a bunch of stupid ideas I wanted to do. Alright, so we can head into the town now. You swing the rusty pickaxe at the rock. The rock shatters, but so too does your rusty pickaxe. If you didn't kill the boulder with that pickaxe the first time around, it's very expensive to get another pickaxe. Oh, I didn't read the sign out here, sorry. Welcome to Almwood, population 51,201. It's actually like population 8, but that's a Twin Peaks reference. So Almwood currently, in this build of the game, only has 3 buildings. Right now it's late at night, we can't get into any of them. Now isn't the time to be meeting new people, I need to get to my house. Do we have any volunteers for another voice role? I don't want to keep laying them all on Hoodley, but there's like a lot of characters here.
I volunteer.
124 Almwood Estate. This is the place. It doesn't look that stately in person, now that I'm here, though.
Well, it's about damn time. It's normal for you ex-city folks just making people wait in the rain, showing up half an hour past the scheduled time.
Well, the road to town isn't exactly in the best of conditions, and on the way...
And you later and your face wouldn't exactly be in the best condition.
Straight to the point. Wow, that sounds pretty threatening. And not even vaguely threatening, like actually threatening. I feel like I should tell somebody about this.
Follow me. As your real estate agent, it's my final duty to present to you your stinking damn key for your stinking damn house. Here you go.
You've acquired house key. Thanks. You know, as my real estate agent, shouldn't you be nicer to me? I mean, I hired you, gave you a job, employment, and if I understand correct, don't you also get a cut of the sale here?
A cut? For this dump? Ha! You know what? Maybe this trip was worth it after all. I didn't realize I stole it to a comedian. Your jokes are certainly worth more than my cut of this deal, which isn't saying much because your jokes are trash. And so is this house.
I forgot how much of an asshole he was.
And so is this town. I'm leaving. Get out of my way and goodbye.
As your real estate agent returns to his evil underground lair, you finally have a chance to survey the lands you so wistfully purchased. Sigh. It's a dump! As your heart sinks, you come to the conclusion that this is your grave. You dug the hole and you are going to lie in it. Nothing left to do but soldier on and make do. You head inside to sleep. It's late and you're exhausted. The work starts in the morning. Defeated from the day, you decide to get some rest. Resting will progress the story to the next day and will be required at points to progress. Interact with your bed to rest. This music is drilled into my mind from like crappy RPG Maker games that I played for WaifuWare. There's the totally 2-scale bed. I'm gonna rest and progress the day and save in the morning.
You're just sleeping on the end like a cat.
Yep, because I had to make both little blocks of the bed there accessible, like interactable. I don't know, it's either sleep totally on the top half or the bottom half. Rise and shine, a new day begins and opportunity is only an arm's length away. So this is day one. It's not raining anymore, we got more peaceful music. We can use our stove here. Do you want to cook your partially digested chicken parmigiana? We already know it kills you if you eat it raw, so we're gonna cook it. Unsure of what to do with it exactly, you add some butter to a frying pan and throw it in. The smell is nauseating, but the sizzle it makes is both familiar and promising. You add a little salt and pepper and cook until the product loses moisture. It was a very wet, soggy chicken parmigiana. Turning from a soggy, sopping mess to a crispy, almost edible looking substance, you acquired cooked, partially digested food. Welcome to 124 Almwood Estate, your home. It's a dump now, but if you work on it, it'll be a dump to be proud of. But still a dump. As you can see, there's garbage everywhere. Over here, there's 3 garbage bins. Each garbage can only holds 25 pounds of trash. Trash comes in 2 types designated by weight, light and heavy. One light piece is 5 pounds, each heavy piece is 15. Garbage bins will get emptied every morning, so don't worry about doing too much at once. It will take a few days, but that's all part of the program here. Now, do your best. The alternate working title for this game was Not a Farm Game, and part of my design idea was to throw in all these farming mechanics that never add up to anything. So you work on like building up your property just for the story to pivot, and you never have to look at your crap again. First things first, I should probably get some gloves or something before digging through this stuff. It can't be sanitary, so your first quest is getting a pair of work gloves. Only the most exciting objectives in this game. The stray seems preoccupied with rummaging through your trash. As you get closer, however, he becomes aware of your presence and takes off. Watching the cat go, you wonder if you can be friends with him in the future, and maybe make some friends in this town after all. And now we get our first little proper view of the town. Welcome to Almwood. It doesn't have a lot to offer, but what it lacks, it makes up for in character. Like any small town, it's only as good as its inhabitants. As you explore, make an effort to get to know the townsfolk. They have a lot to say. And who knows, maybe someday, if you get to know the town enough, you'll find your heart and your home in the same place. Man, how sweet, how swell. Almwood awaits, seize the day. So from here is, we'll say, this is my open world Almwood. It's a tiny little town. You see a couple kids and their dog here, so we'll talk to the kids first. My sister thinks the dog is trying to play with the butterflies for fun. I don't know, sometimes I think he's trying to eat them. That seems more in a dog's nature. But maybe not this dog, he's too darn friendly. And most people have like multiple layers of dialogue. This dog is certainly a step up from my sister's last pet. She had a pet rock named John. The name is weird enough for a rock, but she also fed an absurd amount of chicken parmigiana. She said it was his favorite. One day she said the rock got sick and ran away. None of us believed her. We're pretty sure she just wanted a new pet. You cannot catch the butterflies, I don't think. You can, however, catch the dog. We take our dog here to play with the butterflies. He's such a happy and friendly dog. I sure hope nobody ever treats him poorly. I don't think he would understand if they did. He'd probably think he'd done something wrong. We used to take our dog to that junky place just down the road, but it looks like somebody might have moved in recently. Hey, are you new here? I don't think I've seen you around before. So we'll try to catch the dog here. After some effort, you manage to catch up with the hyperactive dog. Your choices are to play with him or spit in his mouth. I'm sorry.
Play with him.
Play with him?
Yeah, don't. You can be a jerk, but you don't be a jerk to a dog.
I mean, yes, there is a line. Do you really want to cross the line and spit in a dog's mouth?
Come on, guys. You don't want to be mean to a dog. You can be a jerk, but you're not a monster.
Monstro is in for option 1, and I think Unhinged Raccoons is option 1, so we'll just play with him. You scratch the dog behind the ear and call him a good boy. He wags his tail excitedly and jumps up to lick your face. Taken off guard by the dog's sudden leap, you're knocked to the grass, where you and the dog roll around for a bit before he gets distracted by a nearby butterfly. Standing up, you brush the grass from your clothes and move on with the day. This town might not be so bad. And look, he's just a happy dog again. And I don't think you get the option. You only get to make that choice once. So if you do spit in the dog's mouth, you get a description just like you do if you treat him kindly. But it's pull his jaws open and spit into his mouth. And then he just sits on the ground with a confused look on his face. So we'll go inside the first house here. So it's just an old man and a chicken. Some interactable things. Shelves, but nothing to shelve. What are these people trying to prove? Yeah, this character's a jerk. All right, old man.
You must be that young whippersnapper that moved into the old Henderson residence. The name's Bernard. It's just me here now. My daughter, Gina, is out today running errands for me. She's been a big help ever since her dear old mother passed away. Things haven't been quite so cheerful around here since then. Oh, but look at me prattling on. Enough of me. 124 Almwood Estate, was it? Those Hendersons that lived there before were a good bunch. Maybe a little strange at times, but they had good hearts.
Yeah, this is what we call an exposition dump.
Shame about what happened.
What happened?
Don't you dwell on it or fuss the details. This is a happy day. A day of introductions, new friends, and blessings. Let us not spoil it with talk of ill things.
So you're just gonna leave it vague like that? Leave me hanging? You got me curious now.
Well, you know what they say about curiosity. It kills cats. Another time, youngin', another time.
He probably has another round of dialogue, but I'm just gonna see what else there was to interact with. I'd like to act cocky and say, dang, I look good today, but that would undermine my obvious lack of self-worth. And I would hate for anybody to think I was being genuine. Is it strange that I'd rather people think I have little self-worth than lots? This one of them, they're honky-tonk piano jigs. I don't know why he talks like this at the piano, okay, he just does. I've been known to beat the keys from time to time. Oh. And the old man's way off on the side dancing, like, off camera.
I haven't felt that alive in ages. Thank you, my boy. Nobody's touched that piano since my dear wife departed so many years ago.
This is the worst house design I could possibly imagine. It's really stupid. But I was getting tired of making blocks already, and it was only one screen. So this is a house that doesn't make any fucking sense. And I got another guy here. I'll just fill in his voice because I think he's got a lot of dialogue too. And I used this guy's character art for another character later. Fantastic. All right. Haha, there's a new face. Passing through or new in town? Option 3, we'll go for it. Nunya. Nunya? Nunya business. Ain't got no Nunya around these parts. What type of business is Nunya? Old Avery here is none too familiar. Realizing the simple jokes of another lifestyle may not carry over for simple folks of another lifestyle, you try to backpedal a bit. It's nothing. I was trying to make a joke, but it didn't land, sorry. The man stares you down for a moment, not sure what to make of you. After a quick second passes, however, he paints a new smile on his face and tries to break the ice. Say, you're not looking for a job now, are ya? New face in town, I can't imagine you came with a job already, and tween you, me, and the crows, and my sleeping ma upstairs, bless the senile old bat's soul, 'tweren't much for employment opportunities around these parts, if you know what I'm saying. Great! It's settled then. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Okay. I guess I could use a job. It's not like I came here with a mountain of money in my pocket. And this is his wife? Did my husband let you in here? He's a good man and keeps himself very busy. Though he always has his hands full. Don't hesitate to ask if you need a favor. He loves to help. It's all that I can do with my age catching up to me to make these scarecrows for our garden. She has like 5 dialogue prompts, I think. My husband should be downstairs if you're looking for anything. I'd love to help you if I could, but my health being what it is these days, I'm afraid I won't be too useful for you. Bad health. These are the dialogue options, but I didn't give the actual lines for this one. So sympathy, rudeness, or unrelated.
Unrelated, I guess.
Unrelated? We'll go unrelated. It's not your health I'm interested in. Do you by any chance need a younger man's company in your life?
I've made a terrible decision.
I've come to this city in search of a sugar mama. I didn't think I'd actually find one, but after one look at you, I knew I made the right choice in coming here. Oh, you flatter me, cheeky boy, but I regret to inform you this mama has no sugar left to give. I'd settle for a mama then, without the sugar. This mama's already settled, boy, now prattle off. I'm sure you have plenty to do on your first day in town. I think there's at least one more text here. If you come back tomorrow, maybe you can meet my son Billy. He went off on a camping trip for the weekend. We were expecting him back this morning, but it seems he may be gone one more night. Camping, huh? I wonder if that's the boy who tried to prank me last night. You know what? I think I would like to meet him. I'll be back tomorrow. And this is screen 3, so we'll start. This is the general store.
You're out!
It was actually supposed to be more of a question, but that's my fault for not putting a question mark there. My bad.
Let me forget. You're out?
Yep, sorry to say, but Mabel came by and got the last of our stock not even an hour ago.
Is there any chance you'll be getting more before supper time?
Not today, sorry. Train already dropped off my newest order. No spices at all on board.
Oh, this is a disaster. I guess I'll have to get it myself.
You can't mean...
Sorry, I have to go. Thanks for the help.
What was that all about? Well, hello there, newcomer. Name's Hank, and this be my shop. I sell a little bit of everything here, but not a lot of anything. Hank reaches out to shake your hand. His grasp is firm and strong. The calluses on his hands feel like deep, rugged tree bark. The people in this town are, evidently, very used to some heavy lifting and manual labor. Not like back home. How can I do ya for today? What was that about, or can I get her number? Those are our options.
How would people have phones here?
Yeah, look, it's a backtown crap place, but it's not quite as medieval as it looks. I did take a train here. Do phones exist in this world? I guess, according to my dialogue, they do, or it's very anachronistic. If phones exist, then we gotta get her number. Didn't mean to eavesdrop, but like, who was that? That there be Gina. She lives by here. You wanna hook a guy up with her number? 7. Look, boy, you're new here, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. If you want to get on her good side, maybe you can help her find what she's looking for, eh? She ran off into the Almwood mountain pass looking for a herb, just a wee bit north of here. I don't know if this is the voice I was doing for his first lines, so just bear with me. Today is a very special day for her and her old man, and she's aiming to make him a dish. A dish she's one herb short of pulling off. The Almwood mountain pass is none too safe, though, if you be asking me. Mayor locked that place off for damn good reason. I'm sure Gina can handle herself, but many hands make light work, you know. Teamwork makes the dream work, or something like that. I heard it once in a movie. Once. He's not supposed to say once twice. I seen that typo 500 times when I wrote this and never fixed it. Almwood Mountain Pass, huh? Could be worth checking out. On a different note, you don't happen to sell gloves in this fine establishment of yours? I do. That'll be $10 doularies for yours truleries. No such thing as a consistent character either. You can keep asking him to go lower, but it will literally just recycle forever. $10, no less. Sounds reasonable. Thanks. You acquired cheap gloves. We do have another house here. This is the family house that's overrun with children. Welcome to town, dear. Tim, was it? Well, Tim, I do hope you can get our Burgit. I'll pretend I didn't steal that name from Wheel of Time. Out of her room. She could stand to see some sunlight now and again. And the old man? Ah, new face in town, huh? Please do try to get along with my family. We may be a large bunch, albeit not as large as we used to be, but large. And I get it. That can be a handful, but there's plenty of friendships to be had under this roof. Also, do try to understand our eldest Bridget. She's an odd duck. The locals don't quite get her, but she's just a little misunderstood is all. Have you met our children yet? That's all she's got to say, so let's talk to these stupid kids. I mean, they're not stupid, they're just stupid. My sisters are so lame. None of them ever want to do fun things like play nail-ball tennis or baseball with flails. And none of them like dinosaurs either. What a rip. I'm so bored. I don't want to play with my stinking brother anymore. He never does anything fun. But my sister Bridget doesn't come out of her room ever. That's all I got for children. I'm sorry, my writing's not getting any better for them. So this is where we meet Bridget. There's some spooky stuff going on in her room. What are you doing in here? Flustered for a moment, the young girl clears her throat and strains to regain her composure. I mean, this is a lady's bedroom, and you, sir, are a stranger. This is all very improper. Dialogue options. So what was all that? I'm not looking to be proper or apologize. Those are the three choices. A, B, or 3. I'm not looking to be proper. Everybody wants B. It's not exactly propriety I was looking for walking into a cute girl's bedroom unannounced. For your information, stranger, that wasn't a love charm I was working on, or a lust charm if that's what you're thinking. Quite the opposite, in fact. But that's none of your concern. With gusto, she points a confident and demanding finger in your direction. Now, stranger, Bridget, the Dark Witch of Almwood, demands to know your name. After what you witnessed, a nervous lump forms in your throat. You hesitantly respond. My name is Tim. My name is Tim. Well then, Tim, it wasn't going to do calling you stranger now, was it? With your name established, I can now form the Familiar's Pact. Have you ever been another witch's familiar? What have I gotten myself into? Ooh, what have I gotten myself into? Good, then let the ceremony begin. Encourage it, we'll go with it. Oh, baby, please. What are you, some sort of pervert? I'll teach you to respect your master. Bridget shifts into a battle-ready position. You meet her stance. She waves her staff skyward. A black portal opens between the two of you, and 2 skeletal warriors come crawling through. Skeleton emerged. There's only one option here. Fight, attack, Skeleton A. Skeleton B attacks. Tim took 194 damage. Tim was defeated. As I expected. You fought poorly. Very poorly, in fact. Under me, you will come to know true power. With this pact, you will be sworn to me. Word of what you witnessed here today will never pass your lips. What did I witness here? Without answering your question, Bridget launches fast into reciting words in what could be an ancient, dead language, though it seems more likely to you to just be gibberish. Zim zim zalabim, zalabim bim, boopity tim doopity, bing bing bong. And the air slowly dissipates, a little too slowly. The electric feeling in the air begins to recede. Bridget's breath is slow and labored. After a quiet moment, she speaks once more. You belong to me now, Tim. And the 2 options are yes, mistress, so... Wise of you not to fight it anymore, my dear Tim. You may make a good familiar yet. Still catching her breath, Bridget looks you up and down consideringly, thinking, pondering her new toy. Slowly, she cracks a playful smile. So you're new here, huh? Fresh off the train last night, I bought the little farmland at 124. Bridget's eyes light up at the mention of 124 Almwood Estate. Oh, that's a place with some fun history. Maybe someday, if you do my bidding as I ask, I'll tell you all about it. For the time being, however, I suppose you could use a tour guide. It wouldn't do for my new familiar to have all the direction of a kite in a hurricane. I've been around already, or I could use an expert. It probably doesn't matter. There's probably a different response, but the outcome will be the same. Second option, sure. I've been around a bit, but I don't think I've really got the lay of the land yet. I could use a professional's help. How cute. He thinks I'm a professional. I mean, tonight, when the sky turns an amber hue and the sun sets to warm the bygone souls of the departed, you will meet me at the entrance to the Haven Road campground. From there, I will be your guide to show you all the sights, sounds, and secrets of our little Almwood. Spoiler alert. It is that very moment where I stopped working on the game. I can't tell if this is a date or punishment, but either way, I should probably attend. I'm not even sure if I have a choice in the matter. And there's things to interact with in here, too. I shouldn't go through a girl's unmentionables. It's not a matter of want, I just shouldn't do it. The more I look at this, the more I don't want to know. Hidden behind a row of books, you spot an interesting title that you feel may explain a lot. Parlor tricks that'll fool dummies for dummies. And do I refer to this thing as Dark Master? I don't know how any of this works. It's a girl's bed. That bed is like made out of wood. That's an awful bed. And I don't think I can go up here. It appears to lead to the attic, however the door is locked shut with multiple padlocks. There was a story reason for that I never got to flesh out. As the parents allude, their family used to be larger. Burge had a older sister that died. But we will never get resolution on that because I'm not working on this anymore and the whole story's dead. And like every RPG, we do have a church with the world's loudest music. I regret to inform there is no service scheduled for today. If you've come for confessional, I may ask you to return this evening. For anything else, may you walk ever in God's graces. And I think this bottle of wine is stealable. Communal wine, huh? They probably have bottles and bottles of this stuff in storage. I doubt they would mind if someone missing. Though maybe not while the priest is here. I don't have much intent on coming back for confessional. So it's stealable later. No, I'd stopped working on this game like a year ago and just kind of moved on to other creative endeavors. Honestly, working on writing a novel, which we'll see how that goes. I do intend on finishing that. I think we've covered everything in the town I can do right now. So next is, we were told Gina ran off to Almwood Mountains north of the town. And oh no, I gotta go clean up the house, right? The fun stuff. You guys are gonna see some of the worst heads-up display ever made. What a happy dog. If I did spit in his mouth, he would be sitting... He would never move again. He would just be sitting down, confused for the rest of the game. Just had to check on something in here, too, because the cat that ran away from you does eventually show up in here behind this barrel, but that only happens on day 2, and while I do have that scripted, I don't have the game scripted to take us to day 2. So it is what it is. Let's pick up trash. You acquired garbage. See, I have 1 light now, and no heavy. Now my heavy is at max, and my light's at max. And now I drop it off in this bin. And this actually took fucking forever to script. It is ridiculous how complicated this was. I feel like there has to have been an easier way than what I was doing. And that's as much garbage as you can get rid of on one day. I can pick up the rest and then not do anything with it. Well, like, I can max out once more, and then I'm just stuck with it. I can't carry anymore. I gotta throw out the trash I already have. And getting the game to recognize that all these were full and like what types of garbage was in my inventory and how to take it out was very difficult. And like scripting it so that when you start day 2, they're empty and the cycle starts all over. RPG Maker VX, very limited engine. So now let's go to Almwood Mountains. North, Almwood Mountains, venture at your own peril. I also wanted to put a fishing minigame in this, which never happened. Inside the pot, you found 5 gold. What an odd place for somebody to be keeping gold. Looks like somebody unlocked it. Right, and now we're on Almwood Mountain Pass, which probably could have used like a title screen to say something, but I just never bothered. It's gonna take me a minute to remember how all this stuff here works. This is like the first and only proper dungeon I've made in this game. There's no way I'm getting by that wolf as I am now. I need to find a better way. So yeah, I'm missing something. It looks heavy, but I can probably move it. Right, you can't move the boulders until you come across the wolf. So this is, you know, classic rock pushing puzzle nonsense. It's dark, but it might be a safer route than going face first through that wolf. An underground passage. What is this? Remember, the Almwood Mountains were supposedly locked off. The mayor locked it off. The box is not empty. Huzzah! It contains cobwebs. What are you doing down here, kid? This is a dangerous place. By order of the mayor, only us working the mines are allowed to be here. Why don't you turn back the way you came before you find yourself in some trouble ain't no one able to get you out of. And this guy ain't meant to be no stranger. Same voice, 2 people. Ain't meant to be no strangers down here. Get going, kid. This is a place for working men. What, are you lost? Keep an eye out for holes in the wall and spots of light on the floor. They be caves linking this whole place together. And I think this fire is interactable. It would be wise not to touch it. Touch it anyway, or no touching. Those are the options. Touch it, touch it. See, nobody can resist the call of the void. Touch it anyway. You stick your hand into the fire. Youch! You discover the fire is indeed hot. Minus 5 HP. Also, our class is emotionally troubled. I probably should have pointed that out sometime earlier. So that one guy mentioned spots of light on the floor. The pot is empty, frowny face. God, I hate that line already. That's something I would change now. Just writing the words frowny face is just disappoints me. I am ashamed of me from a year ago. Can you do it again though? I don't think so. You already discovered the fire is hot. Leave it alone. Imagine you can just keep... I should have made it so you can just keep touching it until you eventually kill yourself doing it. Another cave. I guess it's worth a shot. Ooh, back to the surface. Reset puzzle. So that's a reset puzzle switch, which... This should be easy. Yeah, this is right. Classic puzzle solving. Because combat is like the least interesting thing to me. Hey, there's a bunch of old torches in here. Maybe I can use this to get past the wolf. You collect a stick, a low-level melee weapon. Congratulations on getting your first weapon. You can equip it anytime you like by opening the menu. Or not, I'm not your father. Equip. And I have no other gear. And this is our shortcut to get back up and down. Looks like I can use this to get back down. Which, as you can see, he disappears behind the rock graphic at the bottom. I couldn't find a way to fix that. Here it goes. So our choices are throw stick or attack. I mean, who wants to get into a melee fight with a wolf? Gotta throw the stick. Make him go fetch. Alright, throw stick. You throw the stick to distract the wolf. Apparently I couldn't animate the stick going across the area. That didn't work at all! The wolf violently attacks you. You are unarmed and unable to fight back. You have no choice but to run. Perhaps next time try attacking. Stick is gone, minus 5 HP. I really hope that, do I still have my stick actually? No, I don't. I gotta collect another one. I really hope I have enough HP left to properly fight the wolf. Hey, there's a bunch of old torches in here. Maybe I can use this to... Yep, okay. Same prompt as before. See, the problem was you should have thrown the stick at the wolf. Ah, okay. I didn't script for that. So we're going to attack the wolf this time. Otherwise, I will probably just lose all my HP. You hold your ground and wait for the wolf to engage. After a brief standoff, the wolf leaps into action. You grip your stick for dear life. It's now or never. Up close, you notice the wolf looks more strange, much more strange than you were anticipating. Wolf TM emerged. Combat is so fucking boring. I'm just gonna mash the attack button. Wolf TM evades. I have so little HP. 8 HP left. 1 HP left. Oh, thank God. Tim was victorious. 3 EXP were received. 2 G were obtained. 2 gold. What? Was that it? I always thought fighting would be more exciting than swinging over and over again until you won, but I guess not. Not that I want to fight more, but by God, if the rest are that boring, I might just surrender to death. And what was up with that watermark? With no one around to answer the question, Tim decides to press on. However, you are severely beaten. Simply walking is a chore. Congrats on your first victory, by the way. This is the max walk speed until the next story event. Taking a line from, you know, modern AAA cinematic games of making you walk real slow down hallways while you're injured. My word, laddie. What into blazes brings you out here and looking like the devil's what done you in? Follow me, boy, I'll get you fixed up in a jiff. Attaboy, get some food in you, you half-starved looking runt. That trip up to Mountain Dare be really... Oh my god, talking like this. That trip up to Mountain Dare really done a number on you. The kind stranger, shocked at your condition after your battle with the wolf, takes you in and fixes you a replenishing meal. So you got a name there, son. Between mouthfuls of fish, you manage an answer. My name is Tim, I just moved to town. The fact that you ain't from here was written all on your face, kid. The name's Joel. What brings you up my way? This here mountain is off limits by order of Mayor Anton. I heard, but this girl, Gina, from town, she came up here just before me. I thought she could use some help, but I don't seem to be much help after all. There be two of ye here. Look, Tim, Mayor Anton don't know his ass from his elbow, but he's right about one thing. This mountain is off limits, and it should be. You had a scrap with a wolf by the looks of it, but mark me words, there's much worse on the mountain here you want no part of. I'll finish this scene, Monstro, but if you ever want to take him over for the next scene, be my guest. I suggest you get your health back fast, and find that girl, and the two of you get the hell off my rock as fast as you can. That's the plan, but what about you? What are you doing all the way up here? Me? Well, I live here, kiddo, always have. Oh yes, here comes the sob story, I guess? Some years ago, the mayor tried to kick me out when he locked the place up. Yeah, we got into it a bit, had a little scrap. It was all very heated, emotions got the best of us, but he agreed to let me stay. Decided not to press charges. Though between you and me, I suspect that was the cop's suggestion to him. It was a controversial decision to lock this place off. They just wanted to move things along as clean as possible, and I guess that meant brushing me under the rug. Plus, I maybe supply the town with all their fish. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. Ha 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 ha. On my way in, I came across some miners close to the entrance. Yeah, well, Almwood's got some industry they need to protect, right? These folks get free rein to bore holes through this place so long as they don't hit my little fishing spot here. Besides, underground and close to ground level, ain't no worries to be found there. Knocking this place off was mostly to stop people from climbing the surface. Something evil awaits at the top. Something that ain't got no name. No form I can describe to ya. Many folks climb that mountain never to be seen again. Scant few witnesses attest to what lies atop. We just mind our business and not meddle with what not be meddled with, you understand? Yes or no? I don't know, I don't remember what the response here is. No, yeah, everybody wants the character to be a jerk. I'm not so sure I do. No, I don't suppose you possibly could, being new here and all. But you better learn, and damn quick. It just might save your life. Now, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. You and me are gonna go get this Gina gal, alright? I've been stopping wolves from getting down to the town there for years. I got some experience. Joel continues to rummage through his chest. I'm not a skilled fighter or anything, but I can keep us safe, if and we ain't get too far up. Here, take these. You ain't gonna last long out there how you are. They ain't much, but they'll make a difference. You received 3 potion, fish scale armor, and a fish scale hat. How generous. Now, when you're ready to go, I'll be outside. You finish your meal and admire your new gear. Don't forget to equip them. And of course a rest, so we're all healed up again. There, fish scale hat and fish scale armor, so our defense is a little bit better. I was invited for food, not a little tumble in the sheets. Something seems fishy here. The barrels are full of fish. A fireplace keeps the little cottage toasty. You do not get the option to put your hand in that one. Joel already gave you what he was willing to. Are you really going to take more from him? Obviously or no?
Obviously.
Obviously, we're gonna take it. You received 1 life blessing used to revive a fallen party member.
Now, see here, Tim. I set up these crates as a means of keeping wolves from reaching the town. It's not perfect, of course. Some get through and I deal with them as I can, but it's something. However, in the case of an emergency, say some dumb kid heads up the mountain and finds danger, it won't do to have such an obstacle in our way. So check this out. Now, come on, let's go get that girl.
Joel the fisherman has joined your party. Joel. So we now have a second. His class is fisherman. He fights with big fish, which unfortunately you never get to see because it's first person. And he has the same armor we have. I'm gonna try to skip all these battles because they're pointless. Okay, I messed up. I didn't skip it. We're just gonna mash our way through this. Was I supposed to go up or down? Up. Skip this one at least. Shit. Nothing in here I don't think is interactable either. Not even this, but that will get explained, probably. Oh, I'm not gonna fight that wolf. That's just the other side of the shortcut that Joel opened up to us. That little shot going up and down the mountain probably should have had some explanation, but it was a little important.
That thing is too strong for us, Tim. Run!
Oh shit, I actually wasn't ready to progress there.
Jump!
I'm probably actually gonna fail this sequence now because I got off to such a slow start. And this is a meandering task to achieve. Thankfully, I don't just boot you back to the menu. There is a respawn point here. So we're gonna we're just gonna zoom through this. This is much more promising. If this rock wasn't here, this would be like the easiest task. Actually, did he get stuck? Nope, he didn't get stuck. Alright. Huff, huff. What was that thing? And here we got Joel again.
Truth to be told, Tim, ain't no one of us knows. Ain't no one of us who knows. Sorry.
Right. He's a bumpkin. He's such a bumpkin.
We've taken to just calling them mountain dwellers, when on account of them never coming down to a mountain.
I've never seen something that looks so evil. Is that the creature you were talking about earlier?
No, boy. Ain't nobody who sees that creature that lives to tell the tale. But we all know it's there. Some nights it can be heard. Wailing, like it's in pain. Those mountain dwellers are evil. Make no mistake. But there's at least some escaping them. Come on now, let's go. She can't have made it much further.
There we go. That's probably got to be close to the last of his dialogue. We got one more chase sequence, and I think we're done on this mountain. And this part... So, RPG Maker VX is very limited, and there's enough events in this next little part that it might actually just start hitching up a little bit. So we'll see. Underground and close to ground level. Ain't no worries to be found there. Time to run again. Uh-oh. That should be it for that. shit. Fuck off. Damn it. I thought I had enough time. Level 2 and 3 characters discussing how they're going to take out the legendary evil in the mountains. Shit, I gotta start this over again. The lore behind these mountain guys, I don't know, Balrog and Morgoth? Maybe they drilled too deep. Fuck. See, that guy, okay, this one guy up here is stationary, and these guys are scripted. The ones down here are just scripted to follow you. So if you run off course, you can fuck yourself up on that guy down there. But you can block these guys behind a wall pretty easy. Their AI is not exactly good. Yep, and 5 of them just appear for no reason. In a desperate moment, you pull the lever. And that's that. That's that whole bit. Not much more left to that. And now the final climb up the mountain. Which is not much of a climb. She's dead. Tired by the looks of it.
Looks like she got what she came for. Them's on the ground flowers in her hand.
This main character fucking sucks, man. She's dead. Tired by the looks of it. I forgot half this shit.
Come on, lad. Take her under an arm. Let's take her back home.
I think she's coming too.
Hang in there, girl. We're almost there.
Where am I?
You're at the bottom of Happlet Mountain. Fool errand you were on what brought you up there to begin with.
My spice!
Relax. This may have been a fool errand going up there, but you got what you went for. Now, since you're all wide-eyed and wakeful, it's best if I head back on up. Don't think that Mayor Annan of yours would be too happy to seeing me back down here. Bad blood we got there.
I'll take her the rest of the way.
Alright, just stay out of trouble.
There was I didn't script Mayor Anton into this at all. I never built the mayor's house, but he was eventually gonna be the big bad of Almwood. Joel has left the party. Gina accompanies as non-playable unit. Also, actually, I think I left a bug in here. I'm gonna walk out and walk back in. Oh yeah, yep. Absolutely. They're not supposed to be here. They're not interactable. It's just that was the last event and I didn't tell it how to unspawn itself. At least it doesn't activate anything. So I think we're like 2 steps away from the end of where I left off in this. This little hour and 10, 20 minutes or whatever we got here took like 80 hours just for me to figure out. But in fairness, I was learning how to use RPG Maker. It was a first time sort of thing. A bit of a learning curve for me. Gina! Oh, look, they hugged. How cute. I went by the store looking for you. Hank told me what you were doing. Look, Gina, I miss your mother just as much as you do, and I cherish this yearly tradition of ours. But there'll be nothing left to cherish if I lose you too. I'm sorry, Dad. I'll try to be more careful in the future. I just couldn't bear the thought of letting Mom's memory pass in silence this year. We're never in silence, Rosebud, not really. Come on now, it's been a long day. Let's relax. Dad, I got what I was looking for. I know it's getting late today, but maybe we can still have our supper tomorrow. And if it's all the same to you, I'd like my new friend here to join us. I never did get your name. My name is Tim. Well then, Tim, will you join us tomorrow around supper time? 3 dialogue... Fuck off. 3 dialogue options. I'd love to. What are we eating? Fucking stupid. Sorry.
We all know you want to pick that.
I don't think it's the best choice, to be honest. I think what are we eating is probably actually
When did we ever pick the right choice in this game?
I think what are we eating actually has like the funniest outcome, but there's... Our people settled on I only eat ass. I should have never fucking put this in this game. Alright, we'll go I only eat ass. What a peculiar diet. We only have chickens and sheep in this town. No donkeys, sorry. Can you make an exception this one time? Tim reluctantly agrees. Hey, it was worth a shot though, right? But right in front of her dad, have you no scruples? It's so fucking stupid. Save again. I'm just gonna give one round of talking to these people and then we'll... I think we head to literally where I stopped working on this. Thank you for all you've done. We'll see you tomorrow for supper, lad. Probably the same thing the second time. Yeah. Gina. Thank you, bestie. I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Oh, and a heart. Look at that. How sweet. And that's it. That's all we can do in here. Beethoven was kind of overrated, and I ghost wrote all of Chopin's pieces. He is full of himself. Looks like the sun is going down. I should probably get to meeting with Burgett. Yeah, the game's about to end. I really wish I finished at least Burgett's segment and brought us into day 2, but I just... life kind of started happening. Burgett said she'd meet us outside the Havenwood campground, or whatever it was called. And there she is, in an infinite loop, saying hi. I know it's really anticlimactic, but that's where this stopped. Is there any questions or comments?
What's your personal favorite dumb dialogue that you put in?
So, like absolute. So I love the spit in the dog's mouth thing. I think it's fucking stupid and ridiculous. But when you're talking to Gina about food and you have the I only eat ass option. Another one is what are we having? And then Gina responds with ass and then proceeds to floss in front of you.
That sounds dreadful.
Yeah, it's the most cringy thing I could think of. Because, like, you shouldn't... It's one of those, like, hey, you don't stare a gift horse in the mouth. She's gonna cook for you. Don't fucking ask what she's cooking, just...
I mean, I feel like you should at least ask. I feel like you should at least ask, you know, for, like, allergies or something.
Yeah. I mean, I've been that asshole. I've been invited to dinner at somebody's house once, and I didn't know what we were having. So I packed McDonald's in my lunch bag just in case, like in my backpack, just in case. And like I've had to pull it out once, and somebody's like, "You bought fucking McDonald's because you didn't trust us." Was the whole story initially planned from the beginning? Ideas were planned. The game was meant to be even more of a joke than it was. It was just supposed to be really wacky, but I couldn't do all the things that I wanted. And as I started writing some of the character dialogue, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I kind of care about their relationships a little bit, so I kind of want to, make the characters and not just make jokes the whole time. If you expanded the game more, would you have added more to the half-eaten food item supply? Yes! Actually, I would have. Chicken Parmigiana, it would have been transformed a couple times more throughout the game. And when you eventually come up against the final boss, if you're on, like, the bad route of the story, which if you spit in the dog's mouth, you would have been, that chicken parmigiana can be used to summon the boulder to kill the final boss and give you the good ending. It's kind of your get-out-of-jail-free card.
This sounds like something that would star, like, the cast of It's Always Sunny. Because it sounds like you're just rewarded with the easiest ending for being the biggest jerk possible.
It's not the easiest ending, though. So, I told you if you don't kill that boulder right at the beginning, it's a lot of money to get that pickaxe to actually kill the boulder again. Like, an amount of money you wouldn't normally be able to get in the game. And then there's a whole line of obscure objectives just to get that. And it's not like getting... I wouldn't say it would be like getting the good ending of the game, but, like, a good ending, like this optional third secret fucking wacky ending where like a family of rock people just come up and kill the bad guy at the end for you. But it wasn't the plan initially to have like, oh, here's the final person's going to recount all the bad things that you've done and why you suck and why you're going to get the bad ending. You spit in the dog's mouth. You told Gina you were going to eat her ass. You hit on that guy's wife in his attic. All the fun stuff. You stole the wine from Communion, which we didn't actually get around to. But there's a whole list of, like, bad decisions that were throwing up flags. And, like, if you got, I don't know, even just a couple of those flags, you would have been locked into the bad end if you did not get the chicken parmigiana end. So I had stupid ideas. I had them. And like that vision was finished. I just couldn't make it all the way through. I made it through. I'd call this about 1/3 of what the game is supposed to be. But anyway, that was my RPG Maker game, known simply as Almwood, or Not a Farm Game, which is what I started the project as. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and for the people who catch us on YouTube, thanks for watching.
And remember to stay hydrated.